Welcome everyone to Living with Linux. Since I've got a new PC, I thought that it would be appropriate to load up Ubuntu and test it. Now, in the past, I've had a lot of problems with Linux in general, which in return made me switch back to Windows for various reasons. But now it's 2016, not 2014, which by the way is the first time I've made a Living with Linux episode. Ubuntu has been polished and matured to a point where it feels amazing to use. So, what made me go back to it? This is an interesting question given that I don't hate Windows but I don't necessarily like it that much. The best example about that I can give you is Windows 10. While in the first 1 hour it feels great, the feeling starts to fade, and given that in the installer you've accepted the terms of constantly giving your information to Microsoft and letting them use your voice samples in Cortana for example, or send user statistics, or even letting them inspect your files if they think that something illegal is happening, it's just too much. I respect having privacy, which is the reason I came here. Another factor is actually my curiosity. I like Linux since the first time I've seen it on a desktop, but hearing that Nvidia's proprietary drivers had the same gaming performance as Windows, it drew me closer to test it out. Now, Linux ain't perfect. It has problems just like any other OS would, but the fact that it's community-driven fixes actually come faster, and you're not forced by Canonical to download updates at any given time without the ability to disable it and not have any drawbacks. Windows 10. Besides that, I just wanted to try it, so here we are making a Living with Linux video. So let's start. The installation was a bit tricky. For some reason, the open source Nvidia drivers conflicted with the live USB that I had been using for Ubuntu, and the desktop was not there. In fact, I could not even log into the live session. The fix was easy enough though. Boot up Ubuntu, press any key at the purple screen, afterwards press F6 and add to the launch commands no mode set. This allowed me to boot up successfully and use Ubuntu. I started off with Windows 7, so I thought to myself, what if something goes wrong? I should dual boot just in case. And this is what happened. I went to my fresh installed Ubuntu install and installed the Nvidia drivers, and this is my current desktop. I haven't customized it that much, and all I did was just install a couple of software. But thanks to the comment made by Snow Innovator saying, why don't you explain how you did it instead of what you got? I'll try to improve upon that. So this video became just me talking about Linux and not showing you anything, so how about I put some benchmarks on the screen? So, as I mentioned earlier, I had Windows 7 to start with. I decided to download Unigine Heaven and test my PC. I wanted to compare Linux and Windows with the same API, so I chose OpenGL. In the results page, Ubuntu 15.10 is on the left and Windows on the right. Ubuntu gets beaten by Windows for 1.5 frames a second on average and 2.4 on max, but that's not big at all. I mean, imagine the games that you can play natively that use OpenGL with the same frames on Ubuntu. But that's not everything. Windows has DirectX 11, which is now 12, in which performance exceeds. If I can remember correctly, on DirectX, the average FPS was around 80. We'll let that pass for now and wait and see what Vulkan and DirectX 12 will bring to the table. We'll do the benchmarks again. Before closing this video, I'd like to note a couple of things that I've noticed Ubuntu does better than Windows. One of them is the audio recording quality. If I put Audacity on Windows and Ubuntu side by side, there will be a huge difference in quality. I feel that Ubuntu makes my mic sound more clear while removing most of the background noise by default, and does not make my mic's volume louder automatically like Windows does. Another thing is that I'm now using Simple Screen Recorder, and I can record my screen at 60 frames a second without any lag, which I could do in Windows, but in my other Linux episodes, I only used to record my desktop, which to be honest was too buggy and took too long to encode videos. I even lost a couple of videos due to the program itself hanging and force closing. Alright, that concludes my Living with Linux episode. You're now free to click away, otherwise listen to my voice as I announce the poll results. With 41% or 17 votes, Trolling Scammers came first. Both Minecraft and CSGO videos got 29% with a total of 12 votes. What would I do is a good question, and the answer to it is simple. I don't like Minecraft anymore, I don't want to play it and, or even worse, make videos on it, so I might start making CSGO videos since it's a game I like. Anyway, see you in the next video.